My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today we're talking about the storyteller. You are the storyteller. What? uh, I spent a lot of time thinking about shamanism because I'm apprenticing on that path. I was called to that path. I'm apprenticing on that path in multiple lifetimes right now. And as I think about that path, I feel like a lot of a shamanic role is to be a storyteller. And a lot of shamanic role is to help people with their storytelling. Like, oh, your story has lots of shadows, has lots of gaping holes to fall into. That sounds intense. Is that working out for you? I also often feel like my job is to talk in riddles and help give people nuggets they can decode if they want to go treasure digging later. I'm also talking in riddles. But I mean, it's evident I'm a storyteller. Here I am telling a story. I'm making these videos. I have this business. I teach classes. In the classes, we all share our teachings and our understandings and our stories with one another. And there are some stories we are not receptive to. Oh, I didn't like that story. I don't agree with your story. I have my own story. I don't like that story. That story's invalid. That story's wrong. That's my story's right. Your story was wrong. Oh, here's a story that, this one's a doozy. This is going to make anyone feel bad. Here's a story I could tell. Here's a terrible story. So I want to talk about storytelling. I like prismatic attention to any given thing. Let's look at this from the different angles. What's on that side? What's on this side? What's on this side? So one of the sides of the prism of storytelling that I like to think about is my own storytelling. When am I telling a story that adds value? When am I speaking into my life, into the world, into my room, into my space, into my womb to birth into my existence and my experience? When am I telling a story of grace? When am I telling a story of benevolence? When am I telling a story of forgiveness? When am I telling a story of unconditional love? When am I telling a story of compassion? When am I telling a story of wisdom? So a question, I'm no saint of it. It is a constant working on my part, of course, certainly. But my intent and my focus with my mind before I speak is often, does this add value? Humans like to be right, so a lot of the communication I do or have done throughout my life has been less about me sharing my opinion and more about me validating what I find to be true in their storytelling. Yes, in your story, I understand this. I've had this that aligns with that. I found that to be true as well. So a lot of the communication I've done in life has revolved from 0 to 40 around me finding the silver lining or that which aligns or the value I find in what others say, and then having a conversation and talking endlessly about, yeah, I see that. Oh, I see that angle of the prism. As I've gotten into my 40s more, I give myself and my throat, my beautiful blue throat chakra, more freedom to open up and express its truth and to share truths that sometimes don't match the stories that I hear in this realm. Like, is it possible that you're waiting for the world to agree with you? Is it possible that you've given yourself distress, dis-ease, lack of harmony, lack of peace of mind, lack of peace of heart because of those that walk in this realm that do and always will disagree with you? Is it working for you? Do you like that? Is that worthy of your attention? Your precious, sacred, powerful, manifesting attention. So one of the sides of the prism is what words are coming out of my mouth. Am I talking just to talk? Am I talking just to narcissistically hear my own voice be expressed? Blah, 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 there's my voice. Blah, 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 I'm saying words. Look at it. There it is. I had a thought. Another thought. Another thought. Am I just spilling the contents of whatever goes on in here out here? Or am I being present with, wait a minute, is what I'm about to say, does it matter? Does it add value? Do I need to just mindlessly talk right now? Does that serve me? Does it serve that ear I'm deciding to share it with? Do I need to journal maybe? I promise you, I've told a lot of stories to a lot of sacred holy ears that were a lot to receive. So no, I don't always add value. And there are times where I, day upon day, do not add value with the things my mouth would choose to say. So I forgive myself those transgressions and know that I can do better if I continue to focus and intend to do better as a speaker in the world, as a tiki-talker in the web of life, to shake the web with a greater grace than what can often be offered in this place. Because if you don't mind your mouth and you don't mind your mind, then that means that you are just spilling your contents either into your own vessel, if you choose to be quiet but super negative internally, or into other vessels, if you choose to be super expressive about your negativity, about your lack of love, about your fear-based thinking. It's also an opportunity to be silent and be self-coaching. There have been many, many, many dark hours where there was no hand to bail me out of the hole I found myself in. And I had to use my own mind, and my own gumption, and my own will, and my own attention to change my mind about the story I was telling. And I mean a very darkened hour, a very darkened place. I had to change my mind about the way I was telling my life story that found me in these darkened pits. So another side of the prism is not just what is it that I speak in my storytelling? What story am I telling? But do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear what you're saying? Is there any story you're telling over and over again about your scarcity, about your lack of romance, about your lack of true friends, about your horrible family, about the disgrace of the world, that even to you is getting redundant, draining, and exhausting to listen to? Have you ever considered maybe telling a new story, telling a different story, telling one that your ears will delight and perk up to hear? Like, oh, that's, oh, I like, oh, yes, oh, that was very soothing to go to Mother Nature. I do like to breathe deeper. I do want to get some water and practice some self-care. I do not understand that person, but I'm going to forgive them and forgive myself for having ignorance of that slice of the pie. Fantastic. So, are you telling a story that is worthy of your holy sacred ears? Are you telling a story that others want to hear, that you want to hear? Are you telling a story that isn't working? Another side of the prism is your story, is your speaking, is your thinking, is your mind and your mouth committed to looking at what's working in your life, what you're doing really well, what those around you are doing really well? Or is it correcting you, everything you do, and everyone strung about you? Don't get mad at yourself if that's the case, because I got to tell you, there's some certain individuals in this life, Heather's ego really wants to correct them. Really wants to correct them. In my experience, every human is a hypocrite. So if the story you're telling is that they're a hypocrite, hey, let's get the plank out of our own eye before we start worrying about splinters in others. What is it? How is it that you're a hypocrite? And these things, the negative side of our storytelling, the fear-based side, the shadow-based side, it is in mud that a lotus blossom blooms. It is in the darkness of soil that a fruit-bearing tree is born forth. So let us not have a hostile and angry attitude towards the shadow, towards the trauma, towards the pain, towards the suffering. Those stories, fear is a teacher down here. It's always been a teacher down here. It always will be a teacher in a duality realm. So long as we're doing duality, fear, shadow, darkness, Lack of compassion will be as much of a teacher as light, love, awareness, and kindness and compassion. So, can we find the gifts? Can we start telling the story of the gifts? It was really a gift for Heather Mackey to be in so many car accidents. That was a total gift. It has caused her more and more to be aware that there may be value in being attentive to being in the physical realm. That as fun as it is to commune with spirit and to commune with the spiritual realm, there may be virtue in being present when we're in the physical realm with this side of the experience. Assault has taught me so much about the value of the body. Death has taught me so overwhelmingly much about the length of life. It far surpasses our wildest imaginings. Far more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than you and I have dared to dream, I would venture to guess. So, I wanted to give an invitation to everybody to just be gentle with yourself. If you're doing negative storytelling, if you've been doing negative storytelling, if you're doing negative storytelling about yourself, about your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful self, your wonderful, magnificent, brilliant self, that's okay. That's an offering down here. If you're being real judgmental and critical of others, that's okay. That's an offering that's available down here. That's a way. What is the gift in it? What is the gift in you judging yourself? What is the gift in you judging others? What is the gift in that particular type of trauma? What is the gift in that oppression? What is the gift in that trial or tribulation in this realm? What is the gift? What is the gift? That is the way to shift the story. What is the gift in that person betraying me? Well, it's caused me to be aware that there are many types of teachers here on earth. And now I feel more alert. I feel more present. I feel more freedom to slow down and check in with someone's frequency, energy, offerings, speaking, way of being before I just rush in. I'm more willing to slow down and kind of observe and see what things are. That's been a great teacher to me. So, one method of storytelling in the prism of storytelling is the shadow side of storytelling and what it offers and looking for its gifts. And the other side is to be an active participant, or another side on the prism of the topic called storytelling, is to think about what amount of storytelling am I doing about what I want, about what I like seeing. Oh, I love my cats. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful sky. Oh, I stubbed my toe. What a wonderful way to remember to pay attention with my eyes. Oh, what another glorious, wonderful moment to exist. Let me see if I'm breathing. Yes, there it is. Have I had water? Am I taking care of my needs? Do I feel happy in my heart? What is required for me to find the path to that? How much storytelling? How much room? How many rooms in the mansion of your mind are you willing to give to a story that you'd like to have experienced in your timeline? How many kind things can you say to yourself this day? How many wonderful gifts can you find in the one that you would judge right away? Storytelling is important. It shows us the content of our consciousness, and it shows us where our blocks to the awareness of love's presence is. Sometimes I build a wall to the awareness of love's presence when I don't feel understood or heard. I'm doing it right now with someone I dearly love. I do not feel heard at all by this person. I don't feel seen. I don't feel understood. I don't feel received. I don't feel like a single word on the topic has been heard. Some other filter is there. So it's my work to find the gift this day in that manifestation. Why is that the perfect, right model in my now for me to remove a block to the awareness of love's presence? Can I allow someone to not understand me and be okay with that? Maybe that'll be a gift for me, frankly. So, we were having a tarot class that'll start January 7th. It's going to be every Thursday for 6 Thursdays. This tarot class, we're going to go into the story of the tarot and how it reflects your consciousness, how it reflects the content of your own mind. If you'd like to change your storytelling in time, join us. Go to rarebirdmedicine.com and click on the classes link. Blessed be.